Hey guys, in this video, I'm going to show you how auto body and collision shops can get more customers right now. Okay, so what we're going to talk about is auto body shops and the demand for them. And let's go ahead and take a look at an actual location. Let's go over to Houston. Okay, guys, here we are in Houston. And as you can see, Houston is actually behind me here. And all these little dots that you might see popping up represent auto body shops. If you see that, this is actually on Google Maps. You can try this on your phone or on your computer, laptop, iPad, whatever. Pull up Google Maps and let me just show you here this. I'm going to show you what I looked up. This is actually auto body shops. Hopefully you'll start to see that there. And I'm just going to expand this a little bit for you. I searched auto body shops in this area. You can do this for anywhere. And this is really what people are looking up when they're looking for an auto body shop. Your first question might be, how many people are actually looking for an auto body shop? Who's actually looking? Well, I'm glad you asked because I actually have the data right here. It's free. Anyone can find it. And here we have this data. This is straight from Google. And so this is the data that Google provides us. This is actually for last month, but it can be pretty much for anything. And we can find out this data right here. And hopefully you can see this. Maybe I can zoom in on this a little bit more for you to see the numbers. Okay, so look at this. This is auto body search for Houston. As you can see, I typed Houston, but I'm going to show you the area. And look at this number right here, 449,000 searches per month for variations of auto body shop, car repair near me, body shop near me, all these little variations. It's quite a lot of searches. Now, again, Houston is a big area. It's a big metropolitan area with a high population density. So, of course, there are a lot of searches. And so, if you scroll down, we have probably thousands of searches, variations, but we get down here, we got collision center, Kia body shop, all these different things that would actually equate to our initial search of body shop, collision repair near me, stuff like that. Now, you might say, where is this located at? I'm going to show you the actual location here behind me. Okay, so this right here, let me scroll down. Okay, there you go. You can see it off to my right. Okay, right there. This is the area. Now, Houston, of course, is much bigger than this, but this is just the city part that Google refers to as Houston. So we could have the bigger area, so the search density would actually be much, much higher. But this gives us a real quick glimpse into the demand for this stuff right here. And if you're in the outskirts, you can actually just target that area. So this is the demand again for auto body searches in Houston, in that area. 449,000 searches every single month. And it really doesn't matter the time of year because there's lots of people driving, lots of people getting in accidents, and or people that want their car fixed for body, not for mechanical. We're talking body shop repairs, paint, dents, etc. So this is really for collision body shops. And that's the total. Look at this yellow right here up to my left. That right there is actually, that is the cost per click. So what happens on Google, and I'm going to go back over to a map here in a second and show you how this works. But when someone clicks on your ad, this is what Google will charge you in this range, probably. So there can be a little bit higher range. You might see these ranges right here. And but if we look at these, the average low cost would be $2, average high cost is $6. Again, there's some that are a little bit higher than that. If we assume, let's say $3, $4 a click, it might be lower. But that's how much it would cost you to show your ad and for someone to click on it. It doesn't cost for Google to show your ad, it just costs when someone clicks on the ad. So this gives us a good idea that, hey, for $20 a day, we can show our ad and people, five, six people will click on it, and then we might get some leads on it. So that's the search demand in Houston. Of course, if you're in a different area, you need to pull up the actual data. You can pull this up on Google Keyword Planner, which will be in your Google Ads account. and we can pull up this data for you as well. That is the data demand. I want to show you that. Let's go back over. All right, so behind me now, you can see we got Google. This is the demand, the search area. And as you scroll around, your searches will change. And if someone's looking, look right here, if someone's looking for an auto body shop, how on earth are they going to pick which one to go to? Over on the left, as you can see, we get these listings. And fortunately for me, we got a sponsored one right now. That's great example. I'll get back to that here. We actually got several sponsored. And so the first result comes up is usually a sponsored result. If we scroll down, we'll see these different results. Now look at this. This is a great example. This first one right there has 136 reviews. Probably pretty good shop, right? We scroll down. The next guy's actually got higher. He's an ad as well. And we scroll down. This is the first, it's called organic search result. 457 reviews, and I'm sure he's getting business, and that's great. And these guys even have more reviews than that. So in order to really be on the top of the search results, you most likely need a lot of reviews or more than other people. And also optimized for Google business. Now, you might say, I don't have that many reviews, and how would I get above them? Here's the example. Look, they have much less than this person has, and yet they're the number one result right now for me. This will change up because it's an auction, and the results will change. But the point is, while they're running that ad, they are the number one person for me right now. Again, it will change throughout the day and it will rotate. So you're never going to be the first result all the time with an ad, but it will help to get you there a lot. Now, how does this work? Someone clicks it. Right now, I'm on a laptop or desktop computer, so it's not really their phone number isn't clickable. It wouldn't help me for that. But if I'm on a phone, I can click this phone number and call them right away, and that will hopefully turn into a lead. So the real way that we're getting leads that you should and can get leads on Google Ads is by a phone call or clicking in here to this website. I don't want to click at it again because I would charge them. But if I clicked in there, I went to their website, went to their landing page and converted into a lead, provided them my information, that would turn into a lead. That is the basics right there about how you're going to get a leads on Google. And we go back and you can find the demand in the area in Google Keyword Planner and find out what the number of people the search demand is for your particular service. I can tell you that auto repair will be the highest demand for that area. Auto body shops and collision repair will be the next demand, the next highest demand. And understanding that no matter really how big of an area you're in, most likely there are people searching for this stuff, unless you're in a tiny town. But if you're in a decent sized city, town, then there will still be a demand for auto body shops, collision repair shops, auto repair shops, even paintless dent repair, and so on. And you're going to do that by really using Google Ads. Google Ads with search would be the number one thing that we would recommend. Now, keep in mind, these guys have a website. They have a Google business listing. So in order for you to have an ad on here, you need one is a Google business listing, which is free. You can set this up pretty quick. You can get it free. There may be some verification that you have to do with Google because they want to make sure the business is legitimate. But once you do that, you need a website to link to that Google business listing. And most people have this. If you don't have it, then you're going to have a website in order to really promote your ad. And you should probably be using landing pages as well. And what we recommend is as people click in there, submit their information, you also have automated responses. They will respond back and let those people know that one, you got their information, and two, what the next steps are going to be. I just told you about Google Ads in a quick sense here. I didn't really talk too much about the search component on just plain Google search, but you could type that in your Google search bar, and just type auto body, collision repair, fix my dent, stuff like that. And you'll see examples of that. And that's really, sometimes you'll see the ad, sometimes you won't, but that ad will be at the top that will allow you to beat out the competition. And yes, there's other things you should certainly be doing. You should be adding content for your website, Google Business Listing, other places. And that's going to help you to grow organically as well. But the key here is if you understand how many people you're competing against in a given area, that ad is really going to give you the edge. The other thing I want to talk about is how do those convert into leads? Let's pull up this thing. I've got actually got a lead calculator here for you. Okay, guys, here we have the Auto Shop Growth Calculator. And if you want to check this out yourself, plug in the numbers for your own business, you can head on over to autoshopmarketingpros.com, click on the free resources section. Now, first off, what we're going to do is we're going to plug in our numbers, and this is going to help us to see what leads might cost on Google or any place for that matter. And not just leads, but actually the marketing to get your goal. So before you start doing marketing, you really need to understand your goal. What is your goal for your business? Hopefully you have that. A lot of guys have the goal, but they have no idea how to get there. And we're going to show you that here right now. So let's start with, we're going to fill in these yellow items for you. Since we're talking about an auto body shop, collision repair shop, average customer ticket. What's the average that a customer spends in your shop? Now, for body shops, most of the time we're talking 2, 3 thousand per ticket. Some can be lower, but usually if you get a dent in the bumper, it's going to be a lot. So 2, 3 thousand, we could go up to 8, 10,000. Let's plug that in here and see what happens. So let's start with 2,000 and just go from there. Now let's say how many more customers do you want per day? And let's get a kind of a basic shop right now. Let's say it's just one per day. And how many days a week are they open? Let's say 5 days. Now this is pretty simple math. 5 customers a week, 20 customers a month. I'll give you another scenario here in a second, but as you can see, with that 20 a month times 2,000, your goal is 40K a month. So that's probably for a low end shop. And that's great. You want to get that goal, but how many leads does it take to get 20 customers a month? Part of that is what's the average lead cost? If you haven't run ads before, you may not know this cost. Let's go ahead and assume what we see typically is between $10 to $20 a lead. It can be 15 to 30 or so, but let's just say it's 20 for now. And when you start out, it might be that, it might be a little bit higher. And we could certainly plug in a little bit higher to see that, but this gives us a good estimate. So lead closing percentage, I put 40%. And what this means is out of every 10 leads that gives you a call, request a quote, whatever, how many of those become actual customers? So I've got guys that tell me, hey, 8 out of 10 people will become customers that call me. Some might be 5 out of 10, some might be 4 out of 10. We'll do the numbers here. Let's say 40%, 4 out of 10 become customers. If that's the case and you want 20 customers, 40%, you need 50 leads per month in order to reach that goal. This is actually pretty simple to understand. And so how much do you need to spend? About $33 a day. If assuming average lead costs are $20. Now, if they drop it, let's say they cost $15. Oh, you only need to spend $25 a day to get 40,000 a month. That's incredible. Again, this is all hypothetical. Although we do see some of these results like this, like some examples like this. Let's say now that your shop is actually a little bit bigger shop. And let's say you can handle 5 more customers a day. So you want 100 customers a month at 2,000 an average. Now we're looking at, let's say average. That means you might have some that are 4, 5, 10,000. You might have some that are 1,000. Maybe we can actually raise this up a little bit. Maybe we can say 4,000 is the average ticket. And you want 100, so 400K a month actually might not be unreasonable for most kind of medium-sized body shops. So 100 customers a month. Now, how many, again, if we just compute this over here, how many leads do you need to get? We've already done this here. So 40% at $15, you need 250 leads. That's 40%, which means at $15, you need to spend $125 a day. About $3,000 a month could get you 400,000 a month. That's pretty good. And actually the ROI is down here, 106x. That's 10,000%. I'm not sure where you're going to get that. Even let's say it's only 20%. Let's be a little bit more cautionary, I guess, conservative. Let's say leads actually cost $30 leads and 20% closing. You have to spend $500 a day, but you're still looking at 400K a month. That's still pretty good. 26x. So even at those lower numbers, a little bit higher lead cost, you still looking very good. And let's just bring this average customer ticket down to 2,000. So 2,000, obviously you're making a little bit less, but it's still a good ROI. So this ROI is pretty good, and this is not unreasonable for marketing, especially for body shops. And what we're talking about is Google Ads. You can also get leads on Facebook, but this is primarily using Google Ads to get more customers. And especially it's beneficial if you don't have a lot of content, if your business is not out there that much. But even for guys who say, I've been here for so many years and never done advertising, the Google Ads will actually help you get in front of that demand, get in front of those people who are searching. And how many people are searching? Well, let's show you that again. In Houston, it's 449,000 people. Now, this is quite high. This is a big area. But for most areas, it's still probably around 50,000 searches a month. So even if it's 50,000 a month, 50,000 searches a month, is it reasonable that you can get, 100 customers out of that? All you need is 500 leads out of 50,000. That's very reasonable. So most smaller areas could be 50,000 searches, 50 to 100,000 searches a month, and you only need 500. That's for a good sized shop. If you're talking about the smaller shop that only needs 100 or maybe 50 lead, the point we're making here is that Google Ads gets in front of that demand no matter where you're at. No matter what city you're in, it's highly likely that you're going to see a high demand signal from Google. And Google data correlates a lot of various searches too. So it may not just be Google, maybe some other search results, search locations as well. So this is really going to show you. And again, if you want to plug in your numbers for yourself, you can head on over to autoshopmarketingpros.com, click on that free resources section. It's going to show you that calculator. Now, the issue again is great, I need 50 leads or 100 leads, whatever it is. How do I get those leads? Let's go back to the maps section. And you're going to get those leads. One is by having an ad. Google has a way to set these up quick, but typically if you don't set it up correctly, you can spend a lot of money very quickly and not see many results. The first thing you do is you really need a website, you need a Google business listing, and you need to set up the Google ads correctly. If you need help with that, what you can do is click the link below in the comment section or the description. You can head on over to autoshopmarketingpros.com and click on schedule. You can schedule a strategy call with us. And we can actually see, does this make sense for your shop? Would it make sense for your shop in your particular area? Because there may be some locations where we'd say this might not be the best idea, might not be the best strategy. But again, for most auto repair, most auto body shops, Google Ads is probably going to help you get those leads that you're looking for to reach your car count. So, guys, there you have it. That's a quick example of kind of how Google Ads can help you with getting leads for your shop. And you can plug in the data at Keyword Planner, see what the data looks like for your particular area. If you're not getting those leads, if you're not getting phone calls, not getting quote requests day in, day out, then the quickest way for you to do that is using Google Ads to get in front of people who are searching for your business. Okay, guys, I hope that helps you. Again, if you want help, click the link below, go check us out, and let's have a strategy call. All right, take care. God bless. Bye bye.